Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Over 1,600 minutes of fierce rivalry hockey has been shared between these two teams. Big goals, big games, and big moments since 2010. It's the Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs getting set to do battle. We are live inside the Arrington Ice Arena. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Nate Linder. Boy, Friday night hockey at the Arrington Ice Arena does not get any better. This is one of the series that is always circled on the calendar every season. Massive, massive rivalry in one of the Hockey House games of the week. Bulldogs getting ready and getting set to go for this one. Interesting storyline for today. Both teams have not lost this season. At the end of 60 minutes and possibly more, depending on how far we get through regulation, one team is going to have a loss in their loss column for the first time this season. The Bulldogs out to an absolutely hot start for the 25-26 campaign. They're 6-0 to start the year, and the first ACHA M1 ranking coming out last week. They're slotted at the number 2 spot in the country. Not so bad, if I do say so myself. Last weekend, we rewind the clocks. The Bulldogs faced really their first test of the season in a tough top 20 matchup against the University of Pittsburgh. That was a 4-3 overtime win brought to you by Dylan Gajewski's one time off the left dot, and then a 3-0 regulation win. Dylan Eliasson in net getting his first ACHA M1 shutout, so props to Mr. Eliasson as he got the job done. And I would say, although they're off to an undefeated start this season, the wins haven't exactly been some of the typical ones that we're used to this season. It hasn't been as smooth of a start for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's really been a rough start. The biggest issue is penalty minutes. They had 106 penalty minutes in their first 6 games. That's completely unacceptable. They need to clean things up. They're playing really scrappy. They're getting the job done in the end by winning. But against a really tough team against Liberty here, you really got to clean up the job.
We alluded to it last week and in weeks prior. Of course, against the University of Pittsburgh and against Northwood, Bulldogs took too many penalties in both of those series. And for me, that's one of the biggest keys to the game. if you can stay disciplined and out of the box, play 5-on-5 hockey, and maybe draw a couple penalties of your own to go on the power play, which we already know is a strong unit to begin the season, you're going to do some damage. And the Bulldogs can score, too. They've gotten above the 5 and 6 goal marker early on in this season so far, so we definitely know that they can put the puck in the back of the net. The other interesting thing for me, the Bulldogs have faced off with the Flames 26 times now since 2010, have a 16-7-3 record overall against them. At home ice is where they play their best. 9-1-2 at home. Their road record does not reflect very well. 5-6-1. So they get to open up the 4-game series. Of course, there's 2 more later on this year down in Lynchburg, Virginia, that the Bulldogs will play on the road. But they get to start the year at home ice against Liberty, so that's going to be big for them.
Yeah, it's really nice to be at your home ice, 2 games at home. You really just kind of feel the crowd, get your energy with them. Although Liberty does travel very well, they have done well. Since 2022, this series has been about as even as you can find it. Adrian College either winning in regulation or Liberty getting the win in overtime and sometimes a shootout, and even one in the quarterfinals of the 2024 National Championship.
The biggest thing for the Bulldogs today, I would say, keep it simple. Pucks on net, clean up the dirty areas in front of the net, and you can walk away, hopefully, with as clean of a win as possible. We'll shift our attention over to the Flames, too. They are in the building, and like you mentioned, they do travel well. They have a lot of fans over to our left here at the AIA. They're also undefeated to start the year. 8-0. They're number 4 in the first ACHA M1 ranking. They swept the University of Utah last week. Scores were 8-2 and 3-2. So, second games, maybe. Who knows? They might get some bus legs. This is only their second time playing a road game this season. They played against NC State early on in the season, so first time they have to play in somebody else's barn.
Yeah, this is a long trip for them, 9 hours from Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm guessing they probably left this morning, probably around 6 or 7 o'clock, and a 9-hour bus ride, probably took a trip in the middle just to kind of stretch their legs. We'll see how they fare early on in this one. You'll see if their legs are stretched out, if they're still a little sore from the bus.
We know always Liberty is a team that loves to play the Bulldogs extremely hard, and they're off to a good start this season, too. They're averaging 4.75 goals a game right now, which for an offense, you can't really ask for much more. It's a team that loves to play the physical play of game and will never shy away from banging bodies in the corner with the Dogs.
Yeah, we'll see how the physicality shapes up. Got red sweaters and yellow sweaters. Might get a little chipper early on. We'll see how the refs play it throughout this one.
It's certainly going to be an interesting one, and they're led by their leading scorer, Ryan Finch, right now. 7 goals and 3 assists through the first 7 games. 10 points, that's pretty good. I imagine that's one of the players that the Bulldogs are going to have to watch out for. But we're going to take a step aside as we get the national anthem over the PA. We'll be right back. First period coming up right here at the AIA. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV. Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. Flames and Bulldogs getting set to do battle here on a Friday night. Alex Herman, Nate Lindner, happy to have you all join us here. This is going to be an absolute barn burner. And of course, we have some important stuff going on at center ice. Not only our SAC game of the week, but some fundraising going on. One of our Bulldogs in the community, our Special Olympics, doing important fundraising for the Sammy Strong Cancer Movement. Sammy, of course, you see to the right with Nolan Suggs of our NCAA Men's Division III team get to drop the opening face-off. And always great to see how our community supports those in need from around the area.
Love to see it. This is the little stuff in sports that it's why we love sports. That one segment on SportsCenter. It's just amazing to see the kind of stand-up performances that even the players, you see them on the ice do battle, but then they always behind the scenes in the community doing work with kids like that. It's just amazing to see.
We'll turn our attention off to the men with the big pillows to the left and to the right. In nets for Liberty, it's going to be Conrad Couch, who has just about split the season so far with his net-minding partner in Nick Bernstein. Couch this season 4-0, 121 goals against average with a .935 save percentage. And on the other end, for the Bulldogs, it's going to be Peyton Traska, also 4-0 to begin this season, a 124 goals against average and a .948 save percentage. So two of the top goaltenders in ACHA M1 play getting ready to show their stuff here at the AIA. The buzz for this game has been surging through campus the entire week. Sold out barn in the stands. And we are ready to go. 20 minutes up on the score clock. Everybody gathered at center. Puck is dropped and we are underway from the AIA. Liberty will take the opening draw. This is played in the neutral zone. Off to the races. That's Mateo Turin. Quickly after it is Justin Jammer. Backhands that one around the yellow dasher. Now swiftly moved from left to right. Here come the Flames. Early hit from Jammer, and now a 2-on-2 breakout ensuing. Flames will dump this in deep. Recovering is McLaughlin. Lost it behind the net. Mott with an extended stick to try and break the play up. This is handled by Hayden DeMars in the right corner. Big hit along the dasher. Kicked free. Eli Reimer. A good pass. Now it's Turin on the right wing. Turin scores! Off the bar! 45 seconds in!
Mateo Turin gets the party started. Lights a fire under this Adrian College crowd. It's just an absolute snipe on a nice pass here by Reimer. He had no one in front of the net. A couple of Liberty back checkers were back and just able to beat the glove of Conrad Couch.
Turin's 5th goal of the season, paired with his 1 assist, now at 6 points. Well up there in the top points getter for this Adrian College squad. And a fast start is what you need to begin this game. 45 seconds is all it took to get our first tally of the night. Dylan Gajewski will go after this puck as it drops over the blue line. Sebastian Smith heading after it. Dumped in from well beyond the center ice red line, and it is icing. 18:48 left to go in the first period. And man, oh man, that is not the guy that you want to see coming down the right wing. Mateo Turin, 6'6", 230 pounds, the junior from Saint-Barbe, Quebec. And that shot had every bit of muscle put onto it.
Yeah, just uses the wrist strength. Already up to 5 goals on the year, and that's well above pace is what he was last year.
Cyrus Toth will lift it in. Going to retrieve it is Connor Deem. Up top, Dylan Gajewski looking for a shot, gets stick checked and thrown to the ice by Aiden Carney. Deem making his way through the neutral zone, will lift it in to the right corner. Toth will pick it up, gets sent into the glass. and gives the puck away. Reagan trying to help him out. Sharp angle shot there, hit the outside of the netting. Traska went down into the butterfly position, though, didn't have to make a save. Smith with a flip pass, full line change for the Bulldogs. 3 new forwards, 2 new defensemen. As the Flames look to break the puck out. Heading downhill, that's Mason Smith. Gave it away, Hunter Allen, first man to it. Looks forehand, sachets it to the neutral zone. Here goes Keegan to Calloway. To Calloway to Mins, opens up on the forehand. Strasky's shot gets whistled and deflected into the netting. We'll take a stoppage once again. 17:45 left to go in the first period. And I would say so far, to begin this game, Bulldogs with their best looking beginning to a first period so far this season.
Yeah, they've looked really sharp. They're really collapsing on their net very well, getting the puck out diagonally and opening up things for their offense.
This is ripped around the boards. Jensen Cable will flip it in, and it is icing once again. No line change being awarded to the Flames.
Flames will have to contend with the same line out there. Luckily, I think they just changed about 10 seconds ago. And now another draw on their defensive end after the early goal going against Kausch. We'll see how he responds.
And aside from being a team battle, this is certainly a coaching battle as well. Gary Astalos in his 10th season with the Bulldogs, 291, 28, and 4 against Kirk Handy. It was 547, 126, and 29. So he's been with the Flames for quite some time as well. Saw them catching up in the lobby pregame. Of course, keeping it friendly between enemy lines. This is lofted to the neutral zone as Mont sent the puck over, and in result, Brandon Nye crunched into the boards. Nye will go in front of the scorer's table. Here comes Blake Weidman. 2-on-1 with Schaumburger. Weidman in on net, moves it over, and the poke check right there. Nice defensive play by Nicholas Pomerleau. Flames take it the other way. Barker started to make his zone entry, decided to make a change instead. Off the boards and out. Adamek flipped into the penalty box area by Jammer. Jammer slides it for Reimer, has Turin with him. Already a goal in the game so far. Turin, a good pass to Reimer, but it jumps over his stick. He'll 180 back towards the board, stuck in the left corner as it's thrown around the kick plate. Big hit there from Jammer as he lays the thunder. A second one along the wall. Bodies flying early in this one. This will be a delayed offsides. Jammer touched the puck over the blue. And we'll take our draw in the neutral zone in front of the Liberty bench.
Blake Weidman had a chance 2-on-1. Weidman getting a start here instead of being the extra skater. Just kind of held on for half a second too long, able to be poke checked away by Pomerleau. But if he can get another opportunity like that, we'll see if he takes a shot or passes it off earlier.
I was doing some research pregame. Looked at the last name Pomerleau and thought it looked a little bit familiar. And it is familiar for the reason that we have a Bulldog with the last name Pomerleau. Is the sibling. Paige Pomerleau playing for our NCAA women's team. As off to the races, here's Reagan to Smith. Shoots, and a big save by Kausch. Gobbles it in the chest protector. And I think a penalty's going to be called here against the Flames. I'll go and close my thought after we figure out what's going on the ice. Connor Dean being escorted to the box. And a 2-minute minor for a high sticking. So the Bulldogs off to the power play early. 38.4% on the 5-on-4 this season. But Paige Pomerleau, the sister of Nicholas Pomerleau. So Adrian Liberty connection. Start things off to Calloway. Under the wing, Jammer right in front, banks it off the post. Couch decided he was going to come out of the net to play it. As Zaski leaves it for Gajewski, shooting, blocked. Anderson got a piece of it, and it deflected up into the protective netting.
Like we said earlier in the broadcast, special teams is going to play a big role in this one. With a lot of the penalties that the Bulldogs rack up, and see if they can take a couple against Liberty. Bulldogs out with a 5-on-4 early in this one. We'll see if they can get another goal on the board and double their lead.
Off to the near side corner. Turned over. Flames will head down the ice. And a takedown from Gajewski. Heard some Liberty fans unhappy with the no call. Smith through the neutral zone. A swift move. Now towards the net. Circles back to the top of the dot. Smith around. Fires. Blocked. Stopped and held by Kausch. And we get a gathering in front of number 31.
Sebastian Smith is one of those guys who is not afraid to take the puck for an extended period of time. He is in his 5th season here at Adrian, 2nd year wearing the captain's patch. He balances the goals and assists like an accountant. In a 2020 season last year, he's got 5 goals and 4 assists this year.
Underneath the red line, Flames are able to exit the zone. Traska will have to stop this skew to his right. We'll leave it for Ethan McLaughlin. Now a little bit over a minute gone in the 5-on-4. Here goes Turin with speed again. Picked up a stick in the process. Don't think that was intentional, but was in between his arms. McLaughlin again will wait things out to begin the breakout. McLaughlin to Reimer. And this is smashed all the way into the bench, and hopefully Coach Estalis is okay there. People ducking out of the way. Got to take cover. No protective netting, of course, in front of the bench, but in front of the stands here, so.
That's really the risk you take as a coach standing out there on the sideline. Can't be afraid to wear one in the chest if something comes your way.
Gajewski will scoop this up. Pivots open. Zaski lost control. Here's an odd man break. Racing down. It's Smith in on net. Shoots. Save made. Traska got it with the pad. Costly turnover on the blue line. But number 39 in yellow helping out the Bulldogs there. 7 seconds left in the power play. Gajewski gains the zone. Waiting for reinforcements, but turns it over. Liberty will dump it down the ice, and that'll do it for the power play. So we'll stay at a 1-goal game, 13:37 and counting left to go in the first period. Lone goal provided by Mateo Turin. This is dished for Hunter Allen, and the Bulldogs ahead of the play. They get called for offsides.
Yeah, Schomburger just a little bit past the blue line on that one. Mason Smith had a breakaway opportunity, 1-on-0. I know he'll want that one back after, unfortunately, can't get the puck up in the air to beat Traska. Made a nice pad save to keep the deficit.
Schomburger in the dot with Essenmacher. We'll get a redo on the faceoff. Everybody getting just a bit too squirrely. Schomburger winning it back on the backhand. Strasky D-to-D, feed. As the offsetting pass from Ryan Bro. Not on target. Weidman will head back after it. Up to the top of the point. Bro takes a shot, deflected in front. Rolling on the ice, now to the front of the net. Strasky picks it up, winds, scores! Strasky through traffic. It may have been deflected. Weidman's leading the handshake line, and I think he got a piece of it.
I think you're right. Blake Weidman tipped that thing right in front, hits the celly, his first goal on the year. And like we said, after he got that opportunity earlier in the game, you knew he was waiting for another one right in front of the net. Is able to put a stick on it, lifts it up into the air, goes bar down. Bulldogs extend the lead 2-0.
13:08 left to go. Now the Bulldogs up by a pair. Good start for Adrian College. Very, very lively bunch so far. And we haven't even reached the halfway point of the first frame. Going to the front of the net was something that we talked about, especially in the pre-show. And showing how important it was right there. Can't leave guys open in the slot and take the eyes away from the goaltender. Easy way to find dirty goals. So skyrocketed down the ice. No whistle as the icing waved off. Reimer's off to the races. Gets played hard on the boards by Anderson. Reimer shielding on one hand to McLaughlin. Forwards it softly. Reimer back to it. He gets moved into the boards as this puck is locked up on the far side. Turin going one-on-one with Pomerleau. Some help comes his way. Quick shot from a sharp angle, and that one goes wide of the post. Hard play there. Arm is up. This is going to draw a call. Both officials saw this one, and I believe it's going to be a trip against Ethan McLaughlin, and that is indeed the signal.
Yeah, just kind of came into the opposition right there. Both of them took a tumble. As we catch it again here on replay. McLaughlin back there in the left point, 77. Just comes up and trips up DeBrito. Both of them kind of take a hit. And like we said, Bulldogs were on the highest of horses right now, but they'll have to kill off a penalty.
This PK is definitely going to set the tone for the rest of the game. Need to wear a couple of shots here and find a way to kill this off. Flames get to work. Top of the left point, Pomerleau in center. Will give the puck off. Soft pass in front, tipped away, and it's cleared down. DeCalloway will change, Nye will change. Weidman and Jammer will take to the ice. Toth and Zaski on the back end. Ryan Finch up the boards as it's rimmed around. DeBrito will catch it there, but it exits out. 30 seconds gone. Pomerleau will swing behind Kausch. Waiting for everybody to take their positions. Here goes Pomerleau. Will drop this puck back. Taken by DeMars. DeMars with Bro. Fans on the clearing attempt. Now along the far side to the blue line. Adamek has it. Looking to take a shot at the blue line. Wrister, save made. Traska with the glove.
Traska, really nice job there. Had eyes on the puck all the way. Luckily, no one in front of him. Missed the clearing attempt by Bro. Nearly collapsed the Bulldogs defense, but they were able to retreat, get in front of the net. And we live to see another faceoff.
Far side faceoff. Now to the blue line. Adamek skims the top. We'll get a pass right back. Opens up. Give and go along the blue line. Turned over pass. Back to DeMars. Smith across the lane. Now down low. They rotate it to the top. Adamek to an open DeMars. Fans on the shot, and maybe a break for the Bulldogs. Stratsky had some room to operate, made the smart play instead. Will backhand it down the ice. And that is a costly turnover for the Flames. They'll pick things up, head back down the left wing. Open is DeMars. Big save by Traska. Traska tipped in front, makes another shoulder save on a hard angle. Time winding down in the PK. Bulldogs have been all over this one. McLaughlin out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Adamek retreated beyond the blue line in anticipation of a trailing player. And he's the man to head back to retrieve the puck. Adamek in his own zone, hounded by Reagan, has pressure from behind. Forces the play to come back. Arm is up, and another delayed call is going to go against the Bulldogs. I didn't see anything on the play. And another high sticking penalty.
Back-to-back penalties for the Bulldogs. This one going against Cash Reagan.
I didn't see anything during that play. But the officials clearly did, and you kill one penalty and another begins. And this has been the story so far this season. Liberty will get another chance on the 5-on-4. Bro able to fire it all the way down, gets it off the high glass. It's Kausch who will drag it behind his net and leave it for Pomerleau. Pomerleau slips it. Finch will carry along the right wing. Finch with a hard shot off the shoulder of Traska. Held the post. Pomerleau to the top of the dot. Give and go. Slap shot. Fakes it. DeBrito fans on another shot, and it's cleared down. Again, Liberty having a hard time getting the puck to release off the blade. That's the second time they've had good positioning on the top of that right circle, but just can't fire the biscuit. Finch will get it once more outside hash marks. Now to the slot area, turned over once again. Pomerleau in front of the bench. Off the boards, it's Kunt. Now thrown down low. DeBrito's open on the wide side. Nobody sees him. Hard shot blocked in front. In between the slot. Flames recover. Back to the point they go. D-to-D pass. DeBrito down to the bottom of the circle. Here's a look. Cleared. And Strasky will get it out. Or rather, that was Nye. Was able to clear it down. Kausch way out of his crease to play the puck. And something to keep an eye on. Conrad Kausch, as we've seen this season, very aggressive with his puck playing decisions. There was a clip earlier on this season. Liberty playing against the Westchester Wolves in the NCDC. Kausch came out to play a puck and got laid out by a Wolves player. So maybe something that the Bulldogs can take advantage of, catching him off guard. .12 seconds left in the 5-on-4 for Liberty. Bulldogs getting closer. DeMars over the line. It's offsides. And that would have been a good rush for Liberty. 7:34 remaining in the first period. Still 2-0 Adrian College.
Yeah, Bulldogs catch a break there on that offsides call. We'll see how Couch plays the puck outside of his own crease. I think I seen that in the Sharks and Kings game the other night, where the goalie really almost single-handedly sold the game. He played a puck behind his own crease, and then 3-on-3 overtime came out nearly to the blue line to play a puck. Ended up giving up the game-winning goal.
Bulldogs have killed off the penalty. Cash Reagan, fresh out of the sin bin, making a rush, takes a shot, save made by Kausch. The follow-up off the pad of Kausch, bounced up in the air, looked like it might have had a chance for a second, but it stays out. Dumping in is Ratzlaff. Around the boards is Bro. One touch by Gajewski, who flips it over the line. Bulldogs get some time to reset. Reagan gets an outlet pass as he tips it into the deep zone. Back to the top of the point. Brad Barker will take it out. Hard pass with a soccer kick deflection by Aiden Carney. Traska spinning on the backhand. Puts it to his right. This is flipped over the head of Anderson as it rolls down the ice. 6-6 our shots so far in this one. So a 2-0 score in favor of the Bulldogs. Barely rolls over the line as Hunter Allen tried to use all of his frame to get to the puck. Here's a shot. Pad save made by Traska. The rebound popped right in front of the net. Schaumburger will take it and leave it behind for Nathaniel Mott. Stretch pass off target. It's icing.
Yeah, Bulldogs got out to a quick lead in the shot category, 6-1, and then I think on those last two power plays, the Liberty Flames were able to tie it up. And now I believe it sits at 6-7.
This is clanked off the top of the glass. Over the line, Pomerleau will open up a pass. It's deflected off the skate of Toth. There was a player down. Maybe some contact with Justin Jammer. Mason Smith was down in a heap of pain. Cyrus Toth with the pass to Jammer. Escorted to Reimer. Goes for the stick lift along the wall. Back pass to Jammer to the front. It'll exit the zone. Bulldogs put it in reverse. Jaski hounded. Toth to the center ice red line. Flips it in. Trying to play it down was Turin. Might have clipped a piece of it, but didn't get all of it. DeBrito. Quick shot. Save made by Traska. Grabs it with the glove.
Toth took a hard hit on that, got put on his butt on the hit from Sam Feaster. Bulldogs looking good early on. 2-0 lead and at the latter stages of this first period.
5:17 remaining in our first frame. Mateo Turin and Blake Weidman. First two goals for the Bulldogs. Zaski zips it around the boards for Jammer, who takes A bump off the buddy from Michael Adamek. Liam Cox-Smith missed his puck in the corner. It comes off the high glass and out of the zone. Cox-Smith going backwards as Jammer sends his man, that was Shields, into his own bench. Adamek scanning, takes a look, coughs up the puck to Calloway, trying to get it out. He does, and elects to skate it himself. To Calloway over the line, quick shot, glove save by Couch. He'll hold on.
Yeah, Couch able to see that one all the way into his glove. Had Deem in front of him. Of the Calloway shooting the shot. An easy save. Seems like Conrad Couch has really settled into this game.
Couch has been absolutely stellar for the past number of seasons for the Flames. Had to really sit and wait his turn for a little while. He's playing behind Hunter Verostek before taking over the time in net.
Play moving back and forth here, not a whole lot of whistles. Penalties kind of settled down. We'll see if anyone gets called for something later in the period. Could move some momentum as we move into the second.
Long drive from the neutral zone, handled by Traska. As it's swept underneath the red line, Ryan Bro, short pass from Smith, gives it right back. Smith will peel off. And a turned over puck from Bro. Tried to clear the zone to begin the breakout. Off the board, Strasky will skate it. Flips it through. Reagan trying to race after it. Doesn't get to the puck in time. Flames make some changes in the process of the play. Down below the boards. Couch will play it. And again, very, very aggressive with his puck handling, which is not necessarily a bad thing as a goaltender, but something to keep an eye on. Always have to make sure you pick your spots at the right time to be able to do it. That puck bounced over the stick of Traska as it's deadlocked along the boards. Nobody can dig it free yet. 2-on-2. Flames and Bulldogs coming together. This will develop further. Got kicked out of the scrum. Now picked up to the blue line. Bobbled for a moment. Adamek. That's a shot go. Blocked in front. Nathaniel Mott will make the play. One hand tip from Pomerleau keeps the play going. It's rimmed around the boards. Smith will send a full 180 up top. Anderson tries to get it through. Allen jumped around the play. Feemster to the point. Blue line shot gets tipped wide. And Traska may have gotten a piece of that puck with the knob of his stick as it'll carry over the blue line. Flames will have to reset. Allen going after it. Sends a nice hit there on Luke Anderson. Schomburger walks the zone. Allen has it. We'll throw this in deep. Turin off the boards. Rips a shot, and Couch had to be ready. Play a la Henrik and Daniel Sedin, something that they perfected for the Vancouver Canucks. Turin almost with his second goal of the game.
Yeah, Mateo Turin came flying down the ice off of the bench there on the dump right off the boards, put through a shot on net. Seemed like the Bulldogs were ready for when Couch goes out and plays the puck. They always have a guy.
Ratzlaff to Essenmacher. Dances around Toth. There's a good shot. That whistle's wide. It'll break out unintentionally for Reimer, who has it. Reimer to the front, shoots, rebound, and it just goes wide. Diving was Couch, but they couldn't stuff it home. Reimer with a big hit underneath the red line. Oh, that would have been a great chance for the Bulldogs to try and go up 3 in the late stages of this first. Adrian College with the physicality on 100% so far in this game. Jammer escorts it for DeCalloway, can't make the play. It'll head back towards Toth, who banks it off the boards. Now to neutral is Nye. Tries to get around one man, can't do it. Back and forth we go. It's Fisher. Cuts right to left, turns it over for Strasky. Quick stick play as he'll dump it into the zone. Hang on to the blue line as Weidman chases after it. Momentum moving to our right. DeMars gets around. Rowe takes a crunch along the wall and a second shot there after the fact. Top of the circle, long pass, it's tipped. Icing is waved off. Traska with the smart play to rim it around the boards. And this will carry out of the zone. 5 seconds left. Sent towards the wall. 2 seconds and 1. And that'll about do it for the first 20 minutes in this Friday night rivalry matchup. Bulldogs with a 2-0 lead as both teams head to their locker rooms for the first period intermission. A lot of good things for Adrian College in that first 20, and it's refreshing to say that for sure, because I'm sure there's been some frustration from Adrian over the past number of games that not feeling like they're beginning the games that they want to, but that was a traditional Bulldogs start. You get a goal within the first 45 seconds by Mateo Turin, an absolute snipe, his 5th of the season, and Blake Weidman with a deflection in front of the net makes it 2-0. Adrian College doing a great job so far.
Yeah, it's a big weight off their shoulders once you get that first goal of the game out of the way, able to crack the egg, and then you just play freely from then on. Only had the 2 penalties, 1 high stick and 1 tripping, which wasn't even with his own stick. So really a good sign here for Adrian College. Like you said, the physicality is on full display, but they're not going out of their way. They're really letting the physicality come to them and making the necessary hit when to do so, but they're not, trying to check guys into the boards as hard as they can every opportunity they get. They're letting the play come to them and making the right decision.
The only other thing that I can think of as far as a game plan can be concerned, the Flames are a team that you definitely cannot count out ever. So this second period is going to be very important, not just for this game, but for the rest of the series going forward, and can really dictate the fate of Adrian College, because you know that the Liberty Flames are going to come out extremely hard in this second frame and try and make a good push to even the score up a bit.
Yeah, in the last 2 games against Pitt, no goals were scored in the second period from either game of the 2-game series. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone put the tally up here in the second, or if a couple of penalties happened that one against Pitt, and especially a penalty late. So if they can get a goal, whether it be either team late in the second period, that really can change the momentum heading into the third.
20 minutes gone, 40 still more to go here at the Arrington Ice Arena, the Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs. We're going to take a step aside for the first period intermission. Alex Herman and Nathan Lindner up here in the booth. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker. And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Back inside the Arrington Ice Arena, waiting for our teams to take to the ice for the second period on this Friday ACHA Division I matchup. It's the Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Nathan Lindner up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. Gone through 20 minutes thus far. For those of you just tuning in now, our score sitting at 2-0 in favor of the Adrian College Bulldogs. Mateo Turin would get things started 45 seconds into the first period on the very first shot of the game. His 5th goal of the season from Eli Reimer and Justin Jammer, who have also had very, very hot starts to their years. And then about 6 minutes later, Blake Wyman with a sticky deflection in front from Cale Strasky and Hunter Allen made this a 2-0 game through 20 minutes. It's been a fast start so far, and a lot of good for the Bulldogs, and they have to continue this pressure. If you feel like they're going to maybe jump out to a further extended lead, what are the keys to victory for the next 20 minutes?
Well, obviously the name of the game, like we said, is stay out of the box. That's really the big first and upcoming one that we have to worry about. But Liberty's had a lot of chances here in the middle. They just had turned it over. You know, they can't keep it on the tape on the stick, and Bulldogs have benefited from that, so we'll see if Liberty is able to put a little more stick-em on the tape and get a couple more shots on net.
Shots, speaking of which, 9-8 in favor of Adrian College, so just about even, though I would say the Bulldogs' quality of shots a little bit higher than Liberty at this moment. A lot of their looks coming from outside of the dots and on the perimeter. The Bulldogs in tight, getting in the dirty areas. But we'll see what happens in this next 20 minutes. We'll gather back up at center. 20 on the score clock. And we resume play at the AIA at center ice. Grabbing this off the faceoff is Smith. Over the line and keeping it in is Pomerleau as it swings left to right. Round the boards up top. Pomerleau will hold on to the blue. Let a shot go. Scooped up. Traska will make the save. Some extra pushes and shoves here with Motts giving some shots with Mason Smith.
I think it was Mott that gave Sam Teamster a little shove at the end, and then Smith taking exception to that. We'll see if Liberty plays a little differently. They switch it up in the intermission there, maybe put a guy behind the net kind of dishing out passes.
Here's McLaughlin. We'll pick the puck up. Cash Reagan taking a tumble as this flies into the air, makes some contact with the protective netting. We'll take another whistle here. Face off back to the right.
Traska really using those wide shoulders he's got in the first period. Blocked a couple of shots off of those things, and he keeps it at 0.
See a lot of the families showing up to campus this weekend. It is family weekend, campus-wide, so all of our different sports teams and some of our non-athletes having their families show up. Nice to see some happy faces spending time with their Bulldogs here in Michigan. This is lifted all the way down, icing again. 3 stoppages to open up the first 41 seconds of the second period.
And not quite the pace we were used to there in the first. Kind of a stop and go here feel in the second so far. As we flip ice, most of the early stages of this first minute were in Bulldogs territory. Now they get one in Flames action.
To Calloway in the circle with Monroe. Calloway walking through the legs. This is in front, and nobody could pick it up in time. They thought it was going for a cross crease. Monroe gets blasted by Toth. Here's a shot. Good glove save made by Traska. And it's Zaski who grabs the collar of number 20, and Ryan Finch talked about him a little bit in the beginning of this game. Certainly the sharpshooter for the Flames. 7 goals in 7 games with 3 assists, so 10 points for him.
Yeah, Ryan Finch looking to have a breakout season. He only had 14 goals in 53 games in the last 2 seasons at Liberty.
The small hockey world that comes back around Ryan Finch, somebody who I've actually seen play all the way back during the junior ranks while he spent time for the Seahawks Hockey Club in the 2020-2021 season. He was playing with the Chiefs in Connecticut that year and got to cross paths with him quite a bit. It's always funny to see familiar faces.
That's crazy. This vast hockey world, which you obviously know a lot more than I do. In the juniors hockey, and you worked your way up through that way. Just all these different leagues, and I'm sure you can speak a little more to that.
18:25 left to go in the second period. Slow start to the second frame so far as it's swept off the dot, a takedown along the wall. Bodies sent flying everywhere as this is cleared out of the zone. Reimer wheeling down the ice to try and get to it, but it was played before he could reach the mark. Turin with a nice hit on Barker along the wall, broken out for Jammer, mishandled and turns over. Puck at the center bruiser logo underneath the scoreboard. Blacker save made by Traska. Off the backhand, that went through his crease. Mott will get there. Shot is sent off a body in front and a half slap shot deflected into the netting. Bulldogs on their bench with the stick taps. A lot of good shot blocks coming there on that play.
Yeah, a lot of energy coming from the Bulldogs bench, not so much from the Flames. Really defensive battle here early on in the second period. No one team getting a clean opportunity in front. It's really just been working the dirty areas and wait for a breakout opportunity.
Redo on the draw again. It's Reagan and Feemster. Feemster pushes it back. This is to Pomerleau, who's gotten some big minutes in this game so far. Now maybe an odd man rush for the Bulldogs. Kicked off the left skate of Pomerleau. Smith was trying to break on sides, but it was delayed off, so he couldn't enter the zone. Cross ice feed. Here come the Flames. Moving right to left. Good feed to Smith. Now towards the slot. Tipped down out of midair by Feemster. As he'll grab it along the wall. Feemster shot saved by Traska. Picked up and cleared out of the zone as it hits the ice. It was Zaski who threw it down. And an icing again, 3 minutes in. Still a 2-0 score.
Now Bulldogs have had a lot of action in their own territory early on in the second period, not really able to break things out. And I think for Couch, he's taking a little breather here as he's seen a lot of action in the first.
Off the face-off, cleared out of the zone. This is likely going to be icing again. And it is. Flames will get to take the face-off in their offensive zone again. Off the draw to the blue line. Adamek let one fly, soaked by Smith. Captain steps up and makes a big play with his shin pad. Smith takes his turn to rush. To the middle. Smith, wrister, scores! Might have hit somebody in front, but it finds the back of the net. And Sebastian Smith makes it a 3-0 game.
Yeah, definitely hit off of a Liberty Flame in front, but Smith is going to get credited with the goal. After a couple ices, they take the opportunity, even with the tired legs. He's able to put one home in the back of the net. Just able to beat Couch, and now Bulldogs working with a 3-0 lead.
I don't know if it was the body of Carney, number 16, who was jutting across the hash marks in front, who got the piece of it in front. There was a second Flame that was more towards the top left of the crease. It was one of the two, but definitely an unfortunate owned goal But the Bulldogs take advantage of every opportunity that they can get so far and get their first of the period. Mins was stumbling, but was able to get a pass off for Allen, who gets spun around for a moment. As he heads after the puck, it's Cable. Mins tipped it out of midair, was a high stick, but waved off after Liberty contact. Linesman soaks one right off the shin pad. Along the wall, backhanded in, and a hand pass being called. 15:49 left to go in the second period. Alex Herman, Nathan Lidner up here in the booth. Friday night ACHA Division I hockey right here at the Arrington Ice Arena. So happy to have you all join us here on ACTV. Picking this puck up, it's Mason Smith. As Smith, down in some pain, hit the ice really hard, wincing as he gets up, but continues to play. True hockey player in himself. There's a bounce towards the net front of Kausch. He'll go paddle down to cover it.
I think with Smith, he got tangled up and I think landed on his left arm. Kind of check out his left shoulder area there. Maybe got caught up underneath him as he fell to the ground. Stays in the play though. Got to help out on defense.
Jammer to Reimer along the left flank. Who has to open up. Here's Turin who takes a look, sends it on net. Stick saved by Kausch. The rebound there, still loose. It pops out, and it's taken away by Pomerleau. Mott, first guy to it. Costly turnover. Now to the slot. Here's a chance for Finch. Never got the shot off in time. This is cleared down once again. It is icing as we will take our faceoff back to our left. A lot of icings in the second period. Don't know if it's bad passing or what the Bulldogs are trying to do, but certainly having a little bit of difficulty connecting tape to tape.
Got so much icing you can open a bakery.
Diem will get it. Adamek fires. That's wide and off the boards. Turin had Finch on top of his back. Reimer to Jammer over the blue line. Looking for a shot. Drops for Reimer. Heavy slap shot. And it's into the glove of Kausch. Never saw him squeeze the trapper, but he made the save. I thought the puck might have gotten wide for a second.
Bulldogs just seem to have that extra step here tonight. That's kind of what we talk about in the home ice advantage. You're just comfortable in your own home territory, able to be active as
9-1-2. The Bulldogs' home record against Liberty University, as we talked about in our pre-show. They do a lot better here than they do over in Virginia. And these two teams play each other 4 times every season, twice here and twice on the road. Both being raucous environments and sold-out crowds. Cable. A back step, shot through traffic. Traska with the save. Got the follow-up. There's an arm up on the play. There's a penalty. We'll see who's going to go and serve. Seems like interference, the signal. And nobody heading over yet. Interference is the call, and it's against Griffin Zaski.
Zaski, I believe, had a 10-minute misconduct earlier in the year. This one obviously not anything like that. But again, Bulldogs will go on the penalty kill.
Flames had 2 penalties in the first period, or 2 power plays, I should say, rather. Unsuccessful on their 5-on-4s. Their third opportunity of the night. Here's Shields, who walks it in, now towards the net. It's blocked in front. Bro will get to it and tries to force it out of the zone, and it clears. Adamek gets around to Calloway. Stepping up is Stransky. Couldn't fully get it out. A stick check from DeCalloway. Off the boards, it stays in, and the second push from Stransky gets it out. Long pass from the stick of Conrad Couch. Jammer forces a turnover. Now it's Weidman. Shoots, and a pad save by Couch. In the process, Jammer got blown up in open ice. And another turnover. Short-handed, forced by the Bulldogs. Mason Smith to the long wing of Hayden DeMars. Weidman grabs it in the corner. DeMars, slot, wrister goes wide. This will pop up into the netting, a souvenir for a fan down in front. And a lucky fan getting a piece of vulcanized rubber.
Yeah, Blake Weidman just doing a tremendous job here on the penalty kill. He's a penalty kill staple here at Adrian College. Just did whatever he can, had a shot on net, and then just held the puck up there for an extra 10 seconds into the corner.
40 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Cox Smith at the blue line. A give and go with Pomerleau. Pass broken up. Wrist shot blocked by Mott. Wore that one right in the chest as he wipes some sweat off his brow. With speed, a sidestep from Finch makes his way in. Looking for options, circles around the zone patiently. Up to the point for Pomerleau. Cox Smith back to Pomerleau, opens up, top of the point. The pass is fanned on and cleared down. 5 seconds left in the 5-on-4 before Zaski can come out of the box. And he's free at last. Tip play from Schaumburger. Turns over the puck momentarily. Allen behind Couch. Made the play just in time. Was looking to pickpocket him. Long drive. Pad save made by Traska. Off the left side. Pillow. One time. Doesn't get all the muscle. Was Jensen Cable. Stopping the rim was Traska. Saucer over the stick of Mins. And again, it's icing. Right idea there for the Bulldogs to try and stretch it out.
Liberty Flames did a really nice job on that power play, spreading out the Bulldogs' defense, making them work, really covering those 5 offenders that they got. Thought they were going to get one across, but Traska is solid in net. We'll see if they go on another power play. I like their chances.
Top of the circle, deflected and almost takes out the back of the head of Peyton Traska as it hit off the netting. That's why we wear helmets. Not the 1920s anymore.
Still don't know how they did that.
I'm going to agree with you on that. And not for nothing, I was at a Detroit Red Wings game yesterday, and they always have the player interaction videos up on the Jumbotron, and one of their questions to the Red Wings players was, would you rather play with a wooden stick or without a helmet, because it's the 100th season for the team? And I was shocked to see how many players openly admitted that they would rather play with no helmet than a wooden stick. To me, that just sounds dangerous. With all the physicality, pucks flying everywhere, elbows, knees, skate blades, anything goes. I would rather have my piece of lumber be a little bit heavier and make it harder for me to shoot than risk being hit in the head with no protection.
Yeah, I think you as a goaltender are really maybe a little more biased towards that. I think obviously as a netminder, you really want one. As a player, I would maybe be okay with no helmet. That's really how they did it up until, 1970 it became mandatory. But they really had no helmet. I mean, even in baseball, they didn't wear a helmet up to the plate until about 1960s or so.
I think in theory, it's easy to play without a helmet, but the practicality of it and the safety concerns that come with it are not too great.
I think those guys are too focused on their wrist shot and how fast they can get the number up on the dial.
Yes. Reagan with speed. Shot wide to the glove side of Couch. Certainly zipped it by him. Smith over the line. As Cable on his coattails, Smith super gluing to the puck. Is lifted over the top of the glass. Reagan, a soft pass for Smith. Off the boards, it clears. Zaski fans on his pass, and a great back check and a helmet play we'll talk about right there. The brain bucket of Griffin Zaski, the 6'6" Gigantor in yellow. Gets his helmet taken off, and 2-minute tripping call is going to go against Zaski. I thought they called it against the Flames at first, but again, Bulldogs will head to the kill.
Yeah, familiar face there in the penalty box. Might have to sign a rent sheet. And one of those last-ditch plays to almost save a goal as he just flew his stick at the puck in order to break up the 1-0.
In his defense, though, that dive definitely was calculated to try and stop the breakaway that potentially could have happened. So more of an earned penalty than anything, not one to be overly upset about. Of course, you never want to be in the box, but not one that you're looking up to the rafters and saying, what did I just do? So here we go again. Flames power play. Adamek scoops it to Shields. Now down low. Dead angle. Cleared. McLaughlin will fire it down the ice. Breakout starting from Adamek. Opens up, gets around Weidman, and also gets around Jammer. Backhand pass. Right wing. Set to the top. It's Adamek, fakes the slap shot. Shields down low, tipped in front. Jammer is there, tries to clear it out. Here's Weidman, maybe a shorthanded break. Blake Weidman in on net. Scores! Weidman through the 5-hole. It's his second of the night. A shorty for number 3.
How about that? Have a night. Blake Weidman, second goal of the night, second goal on the year. He's just been all over the penalty kill here for the Bulldogs. Like we said, gets the start on the line instead of the extra skater, and he takes advantages of his opportunities here.
We're going to get a timeout called from Kirk Handy. 9:14 left to go in the second period. That is huge for Adrian College to force the Flames to talk things over. Not what you wanted when you're trying to get back into this game. A shorthanded goal, the worst that you can give up in a game. And a huge play for Blake Weidman. The fact that he was able to stay with that puck the entire time, almost lost it once at the blue line, a second time at the center ice red line just a couple of feet later, and just turned on the Jets. A beauty for number 3.
He was able to just throw it on net, got it through the 5-hole of Couch. And you can see how animated the head coach over there for Liberty is. Very unhappy with his team.
So the Flames still with 1 minute and 6 seconds of power play time. And we'll see what happens here. Through the slot, breakout pass, Monroe will get it, kicked away, backhand towards the front, and they score! Right back. The Flames get their first of the day. It's a power play goal. Ryan Finch brings it back within 3.
The puck just tipping around a couple of sticks, ends up past Traska as a set breakout here for the Liberty Flames. McLaughlin tried to get it on his skate, ends up off of the stick of Cable, and then into the back of the net. So Liberty responds, the timeout worked. They still down 3.
AC cannot get caught flat-footed here, as they were building a lot of momentum off that shorthanded goal by Blake Weidman. definitely need to be careful here as Traska plays the rolling puck from center ice. 8:49 remaining in the second period, and what an interesting development. A shorthanded goal, and then 10 seconds later, a power play goal. And both teams have tallies in this one. Around the boards, Strasky faked the clear. And it's Allen who flips it out. Bro peels off to his left. Waiting for the pass, tipped out of midair. Bro, a backhand, slashes it off to his left. Allen picking up the boots, will head after it. Anderson sends it around. Looking for a body in front. And a long saucer over the body of number 16 and Aiden Carney. Bulldogs sloppy with the puck in the D zone. The shot blasting out from Allen will give them time to change. .300-foot pass does not connect with anybody's stick. Jammer thought he had a man with him, and Reimer was too far behind. Goes off the boards. Kausch on the forehand, sends it around. A turnover picked up by Reimer. This is escorted for Reimer. Backhand off the toe of Kausch, makes the save. Flames tap their sticks on the bench. Swung around the zone. 7:15 left in the second period. Reimer with a big hit. That pops the door open on the bench. This is played in between the feet of Toth. This is slipped for Reimer. Now down deep into the zone. Jammer with a hit on Diem. Tumbling puck touched up. Here come the Flames. McLaughlin with a body check. Smith with a good effort, breaks towards the net, opens up, looks 5-hole, and closing the door is Kausch. Long drive off the end of the boards, that one wide. Auckland, pass for Gajewski, wide of the nets. Tipped up in midair, Feemster with a feed for DeBrito. Mott takes a look over his right shoulder, a smart play. Cable almost pickpocketed by Gajewski. Reagan flies in from the other end of the ice. He's looking for a call there, thought that maybe he was interfered with a little bit. Mott drives it up into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage. 5:55 left to go in the second period.
Seems like Nathaniel Mott was content with throwing that one up into the netting, gets himself a change here along with his defense partner Ethan McLaughlin. Getting towards these latter stages of the second period, we'll see if anyone goes to the box. One more goal could be a momentum shifter into the third.
This is tipped out of midair, just askew of the net. Hunter Allen's flip play gets over some shoulders to Calloway, slipping down to the ice, finally regains his footing. Here's Essenmarker. Makes his way towards the front, a pass to Cable. Had to fake it because his defense partner fell down, and Traska grabs it out of midair. Feemster, well, that was Ratzlaff, making a beeline towards the net, and some fisticuffs being thrown to Calloway, sent down hard to the ice.
Well, it was one of the highest glove saves you'll see from a goalie made here as a slip goes up well above his head. And then really a heads-up play by DeCalloway to shove off one of the Flames players crashing in on net, and then things kind of just spiraled from there.
Yeah, I don't really know what the intent was from Mac Ratzlaff. Puck was already covered in the glove. There was no doubt going to be a whistle. Why would you skate that hard with hopefully not ill intent to hit the goaltender, but that's certainly what it looked like. You know that's going to create a pile-up after the whistle, as this is sent up into the netting.
Bulldogs have just taken advantage of the opportunities tonight. They only lead the shot total 17-15 despite being up 4-1. With a little over 5 minutes left in the second period. And really, especially in the second period, they've had a lot of action in their own end.
Finch makes his way around. Pomerleau keeps it in. Jammer. Backhand that gets out of the zone. Reimer with a hard play on Pomerleau. His pass through some feet. Zaski, a slow pass to Turin. Of course, had the first goal of the game. Mohawks open, now to the front. Jammer, sharp angle, fought off by Couch. Breakout feed for Finch. Traska puts the glove on top of it. And Toth and Finch hug it out.
Maybe a couple words said between them. Let's see what Mott and McLaughlin back here out on the ice.
Off the face-off. Banked off the boards. Nye circles it out of the zone. So we'll take a hop, skip, and a bounce. McLaughlin tries to start the rush. One-handed for Weidman. Left wing, Weidman to the net. Looking for the one-touch play in front to Nye. They didn't get a piece of it. Backhand from Nye. Around the boards, off the glass, and out. Mott will make his way to it. All for McLaughlin, backhanded. Puck bouncing around as Reimer forces it around the board. Stick save made by Traska, gets back to his other post. Now to the slot. Here's a wrister that goes wide to the glove of Peyton Traska. Of course, for most goaltenders, that being the blocker side, but Peyton Traska with the opposite hands. His glove on his right, blocker on his left. Diem gets around Reimer. They look for the net front opportunity. Nothing there. Here comes Reimer barreling down the ice. A backhand intended for Turin, too far ahead of his reach. Big hit in the corner. Turin might be heading to the box. And it looked like it was elbowing.
Take another look here in the corner. Oh yeah, Turin laying out a big elbow against, looked like Mason Smith down there in the corner. Maybe Michael Adamek.
Wait a second. Looked like they were sending Turin off for a second. He's going to go to the box. Smith is going to have some discussions with the head official.
Definitely wasn't a chicken wing elbow. It was like, hey, I see you coming, lay one out.
Third penalty of the period for the Bulldogs. Opportunity in front, through the legs move. Here's a rebound, just goes wide. Bulldogs try and clear it, they do. And it'll get out of the zone. That was very close. Gotta defend the net front. There's a speeding play. DeBrito, full pile up from three red sweaters. Pomerleau to the right wing. Dishes for Cox Smith. To the top of the circle. Pomerleau rips it off target. Strasky chops it to the top. It doesn't get out. Nye will head to it. On one knee, keeping it in. That's Cox Smith. Good defensive play from him to keep the power play going. Pomerleau setting up. Top of the circle. Wrist shot. Blocked in front. There's a chance. They score! Into the back of the net. Cox Smith strikes. And the Flames cut the lead in half again. Their second power play goal of the night.
Second power play goal of the period. They were congested for a little bit, finally broke things out. Back and forth and able to just, Cox Smith right in front of the net, puts it home as Traska was out defending the initial shot. You can't let good teams hang around.
eventually when you allow a team that's in the top 20, that's in the top 15, that's in the top 10, and that's in the top 5, enough chances on the power play, they will figure out a way to score. And that's what we've seen here. Cable sent a point shot on that was bouncing on the ice, gobbled up by Traska. And this is where AC really needs to be careful.
Yeah, they got to finish this period strong. Obviously, can't let anything else in the rest of the way. For 1 minute, 56 seconds, stay clean out of the box. If you give enough penalties to good teams, like I said, it's almost like committing an error in baseball. You can't give good teams extra outs. They're going to take advantage.
Puck on top of the crease. Ratzlaff spins on one. It's blocked hard by Zaski, who's hobbling around in some pain. Definitely needs to get off the ice for a change. Somebody on the bench will certainly be ready. One time, pops off the stick of number 44 and Michael Fisher. This does not have the legs for icing, so that will give time for Zaski to get off. And a hard hit underneath the red line. Turnover. Reimer fires, and it's blocked. Mott will toss it deep once more. Jensen Cable laid out in the corner. Big hit from Justin Jammer. 60 seconds to go in the second. It's been an eventful one for sure. DeBrito to the outside, now in front of the cage. Bulldogs look to flip it out. Can they get it to cross the line? No. And it's broken free for Gajewski. Puck in his feet as he took a stumble. Smith skating around the zone. Went 1-on-2. This is dished horizontally across the ice, and now a diagonal pass to our left. Mott is there to pick it up. Gajewski to Reagan, who gets lassoed along the boards. Cox Smith with a good move to get around one. Now it's Pomerleau breaking in. Shot stopped by Traska. Out of the zone. Shields. Last second shot goes wide, and that'll do it. We got some hugging going on in the far areas of the ice.
Looks like Nathaniel Mott's got his buddies over there, the way he wrapped his arms around the shoulders of two Flames.
So 40 minutes gone. We saw a bunch of goals in the first, and we saw a bunch of goals in the second. 2 for the Bulldogs and 2 for the Flames. I think the bottom line here, certainly for Adrian College, like we said in the start of the game, is to stay out of the box. Some of the penalties more earned than others, but you can't give a team like Liberty the chance to go 5-on-4 for as much time as they have, because they're a highly skilled team and they will make you pay for it, and the scoreboard shows it. It really should be 4-0 for Adrian College because they've played well defensively and they've made the right plays as well. Getting lucky on a shorthanded goal certainly helps you out, but can't play the entire game from the box.
Now, a couple of big hits late there in the second period, so look for a hot start coming into the third. It's like a powder keg about to explode. And what's going to light it off? Is it going to be a goal or another big hit, maybe potentially leading into a major penalty? We'll see how both these teams come out, but for the Bulldogs, obviously stay out of the box. We've been saying it all year. And then for the Flames, you feel good going into the third, cut the deficit in half, obviously let up the shorthanded goal, but a couple of nice ones on one end. So you look to come out, regroup, maybe hope for a couple more Adrian mistakes.
We'll see what's in store for us for the third period. This is certainly going to be a fun finish to regulation here at the Arrington Ice Arena. 4-2 after 40, Adrian College and Liberty University right here in Adrian, Michigan. Alex Herman, Nathan Linder. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the third period right here on ACTV. You are watching Bulldog Hockey.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker, and I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. 40 minutes gone. In this ACHA Division I matchup, it's the Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Nathan Lidner up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. 4-2 our score after 40 minutes, and we'll run through our scoring summary. And there was a lot of it in the second period. Sebastian Smith at .321 in the second period. Got his 6th of the season, assisted by Dylan Gajewski. Blake Weidman, his 2nd goal of the season and of the game at 10:46. A shorthanded goal, assisted by Justin Jammer. And then the Flames would come alive, and they would get a goal from Ryan Finch, his 8th goal of the season. Has scored a goal just about in every single game they've played this season. Assisted by Liam Cox-Smith at 11:01. And then it would be Cox-Smith again who would get another point for this game, but instead of an assist, it would be in a goal. He got his 2nd of the season, assisted by Ryan Finch and Michael DeBrito. That was a power play goal. And boy, oh boy, speaking of the power play, a lot of power plays for Liberty University, and we've been shining a spotlight on it all game, and for the past couple of weeks, it's played a very important factor into a lot of these Bulldogs games. And hopefully, for this period, they can keep things a little bit cleaner and stay out of the box. But the Bulldogs definitely have a hard 20 minutes coming up if they want to close this game out and come away with a win.
Yeah, like we said, penalties, and we've seen a lot of them in this game, but what we haven't seen yet is 4-on-4 hockey. So interesting to see if maybe both teams go back-to-back in the penalty areas. Bulldogs got to stay out. Flames are doing a good job. They've only had, 1 or 2 here tonight, and they've taken advantage of the power play. Couch has really been pretty solid in net despite the 4 goals. And Traska been pretty solid in blue paint.
So we'll see what we get here as we get 20 minutes back on the clock. Puck is dropped, and we resume play at the AIA. 3rd period of game number 1 on this weekend series. Couch off the backhand, turns it over, empty net, Reimer, they score! How about that? A costly turnover from Conrad Couch, and Eli Reimer takes advantage.
Boy, we have been talking about it the whole time. Conrad Couch and his decision-making to handle the puck outside of his crease, and he gets burned on this one. Reimer throws it on net, and it hits right off of the pad of Couch, ricochets right into the net. And the Bulldogs get the hot start coming into the 3rd period.
Did not have that on my bingo card. And a couple of years ago, I was thinking about it. A similar play from Hunter Veraztek, but to our right, where he coughed up a puck behind the net, and wow. Did not think that we were going to see a goal like that happen today, but we did nonetheless, and now it's 5-2 for the Bulldogs early on in the 3rd period. They get back to their 3-goal lead. Reagan trying to steal it in the corner, comes up empty-handed. Off the boards and out was Anderson. Feemster to it. And tipping it out of midair was Smith, showing off the hand-eye coordination. Finch breaking towards the net. His shot over the top of the crossbar. Might have been deflected. Off the post with a shot. A good look there from Monroe, but he stopped by the iron. This is settled in the corner. Zaski getting physical. Shoulder save by Traska. The rebound cleared out. Out of the zone it goes. DM will caress this underneath the red line. Couch getting out of the way. Cox Smith off the boards. Here's Bro. His pass broken up momentarily. Allen takes a shoulder into the boards. He's hit hard. Exchanges some words with Adamek. Will go back and try and send a hit of his own. Bro looking to get the zone entry. He's forced to get rid of the puck quickly. So a play never developing. Hip check from Weidman on Shields. Bro, a backhand as he was looking behind him. We'll head back to the left corner. On top of the dot, Weidman with a good play. He's off to the races. Here's Weidman on net. Backhand, scores! It's a hat trick! Blake Weidman! 3 for 3! And it's 6-2 Dogs!
Have yourself a day. Blake Weidman turns on the Jets, beats 2 Liberty Flame defenders through the backhand on net and through the 5-hole. Beats Conrad Couch and then hits the celly after. Unbelievable job. Blake Weidman, a hat trick. A night to remember.
I don't even think he knew it went in at first. There was a delayed reaction, and we're going to get a goaltending chain. Conrad Couch is going to come out of this game very early on in this third period, and it's Nicholas Bernstein who will replace him.
Bernstein will get his feet wet in the crease over there. Guy gets stretched out. Never can be easy as a goaltender to come in mid-period.
So we'll get the drop at center, and wow, what a crazy start to the third period. Bad play behind the net. And then another loose breakaway for Blake Weidman. He's been all over the ice tonight, and he picks up the hat trick. In between the feet, that's Cable. Ratzlaff across the lane for Essenmacher. Banked off the stick of Traska, who was down in the RVH. Jammer locking eyes with Fisher as he crossed over the line. Reimer, backhand off the post. It stays out. Delayed penalty, and a hooking call is going to go against the Flames. The Bulldogs headed back to the power play. This is huge for Adrian College.
They got a chance to put this one to bed here as number 44, Michael Fisher, heads to the box here for Liberty. Their first penalty since the first period. Bulldogs will get back out into the power play, and they'll really test Nicholas Bernstein in net.
Gajewski staving off some pressure now to the top of the circle. Good pass for Smith. Takes a look. Zaski catches. Gajewski posted up. Lets a shot go. Gets through traffic. The rebound sitting on top of the paint. They force it back towards the net front, and it's cleared all the way down. Traska will come out of the crease to stop it. Some changes made for the Flames. Zaski making his trek, drops it behind him. Smith didn't get all of the wood on that passing attempt, and it's almost turned over on the blue line. Blind backhand pass, fed across the ice. DeCalloway can't catch it. is tumbled towards the board area. A minute and 8 seconds left in the power play. Here goes Gajewski. Gajewski to DeCalloway. Zaski. Now to Smith. And the Bulldogs offsides.
Easy call for the official there. Turin is well in front of the blue line. Got caught a little bit there. 58 seconds left in the power play. See if the Bulldogs can throw a couple more shots on net.
Reimer wins the draw back. McLaughlin's going to have to get to this puck quickly. Look out! And a good poke check on the back check. Mins up the boards for Turin. Reagan with a head of steam. Turin over the line, across for Reimer. Reimer waiting to McLaughlin. They set up at top. Mins slowly walking down the line. McLaughlin fakes, pulls back, sends it for Mins, now to the wing and Reagan. The outside of the face-off circle, cross-ice feed, tipped away momentarily. Reimer takes a shot to the back, tries to play it, it's in his feet. Flames get there, 2-on-2 along the wall, fighting ensuing. McLaughlin fires, tipped on net, rebound in the crease, it's kicked out. Reimer back up top, his pass was off the mark. McLaughlin has to head back to get it. Here's Turin to Reimer. Turin, top of the circle, Turin shoots! It's blocked and deflected into the netting. We'll get a whistle, 14:36 left to go.
Flames able to kill off the penalty again. If Turin could able just get it to his forehand, one more step out to the right side, I think he might be able to bury it in the top right shelf there of the goal. Bernstein looks solid so far early on in this one.
Banked around. DeBrito with some speed down the right wall. Pomerleau shoots. Glove save by Traska.
Easy save for Traska there off the shot from Pomerleau right into the right glove.
Weird to say right glove for Traska, isn't it? Never quite get used to it.
Is it really that different, kind of like baseball, where not most people are righties?
It is, and especially from a shooting perspective, when you are coming down the ice and you're used to seeing the blocker be on the right rather than the left, it sort of makes your eyes go a couple of different ways, because now you have to wonder, depending on what hand shot you have, what your options are. Just like facing a lefty pitcher, too.
Do they also call them southpaws?
They can. In the hockey world, when you have your blocker on the left, typically known as being full right. Your glove hand being your right hand. Peyton Trask has been great so far today. 26 shots sent his way, 24 saves. DeCalloway rips one on, the rebound punched out. Bernstein getting some early action as he's tending the goal for Liberty, replacing Conrad Couch just a few moments ago. Allen lost it in between his feet, gives space for Anderson to chip this down the ice. Shields is there on the backhand. Has hard pressure from Gajewski, who dives, gets the puck to clear out of the zone. Smith quickly after it, picks it out from a dead angle as the rebound in front. Bernstein, big save, slides across the ice and kicks out the left pad. Fisher takes that puck off the backside from Toth. He stepped off the blue line, and a hard hit from Turin. This is going to draw a call. We got action here. Turin getting jumped. Now everybody in the mix. Oh boy. I'm trying to see the number of who's in the corner there for Liberty. It might be Hayden DeMars. He started to get up, and he fell down. Definitely shaken up. That is not good and a bad, scary scene. It is not DeMars. My correction, it's number 44. It's Michael Fisher. And Turin is going to get sent out. Fisher back to his feet and is going to be helped off the ice. Never like to see plays like that. And an awkward hit from Mateo Turin. This is going to be a long power play, most likely for Liberty. So we take a second look at it. You see 44 in red go in, and crunching hard hit from Turin. Fisher really with little chance to defend himself there. And the officials will discuss what kind of penalty it is and how much time will be on the clock. So important player lost as we get a 5-minute major and a game misconduct on Mateo Turin.
One of those frustration penalties, but really tonight there's nothing to be frustrated about. Turin, just the bigger body, kind of gets caught up. You check Fisher there, and then Fisher being a shorter kind of takes it right into the head, puts his head right into the glass. Hopefully he's all right. We'll see him maybe tomorrow. Probably will be a scratching it up. And then Turin obviously gets the game misconduct, so we'll see if that results in a 1-game suspension potentially.
It's certainly possible, and I have a feeling that the ACHA might take a look at it. But we won't know for quite some time. And first shot on net, Flames score 8 seconds in, and they still have 4:52 of power play time. This is not what you want from the Bulldog bench.
Yeah, just really nice 1-2 combo here. Finding Monroe in the middle off of the pass from DeBrito. Beats Tresca on the right side. And Flames still hanging around, only down 3 now, and still got well over 4 minutes of 5-on-4 hockey.
So now a 3-goal game as the Flames with a long power play. They circle the zone and dish it for Pomerleau. It's Cox-Smith. DeBrito can't hold on to his edges and turns over the puck for Weidman. Tries to backhand it out. It doesn't clear. Jammer is there. Goes 1-on-3 on the glass. Hugs around his waist, and it's cleared down. Sounded like the Bulldog bench was yelling for too many men on the ice. DeCalloway will smack it in. Bernstein stopping it behind his net. Around the zone, it's cycled up top. DeMars waits. Blue line pass for Anderson. Gets tipped out by DeCalloway as he lost his twig. Heads back to the bench. DeMars off the boards. Bro. Angled into the high glass. DeMars wide open. Looking for the right time to strike. His pass is tipped out of the zone. Now DeMars over the blue line. Here goes Weidman. Already has 3 today. Weidman breaking towards the front, and a toe save made by Bernstein. It might have got some help from the loose stick on the ice. Weidman hit hard. His helmet comes flying off. And we'll get a whistle. 2:49 left to go in the major penalty. And 10:25 left to go in the third.
Weidman with his almost signature kind of sling the twig across the ice, looking just get a poke check, ends up getting taken down. His bucket comes off. He's had the hot stick here tonight.
Dumped into the zone. Bulldogs with their best efforts to try and kill this 5-minute penalty off. Finch opens up, gets pressed by McLaughlin. Up the boards for Pomerleau. Dishes down low, outside hash mark. Back up top to the corner for DeBrito. Pomerleau across. Cox Smith looking for a shot. They near the front. Save made by Traska. The rebound shifted back underneath the red line. Everybody locked up in front of the Zamboni door. Two-minute minor in time remaining. 2 minutes left. Pomerleau winds up and fakes. DeBrito back for Pomerleau. Cox Smith top of the circle. Lets a pass go. Deflected in front. Through the blue paint of Traska. It's swiped wide. Pomerleau walks the line. Shoots. Deflected. Up into the netting. Bulldogs get a much-needed whistle and some fresh legs on the ice.
Yeah, as you can see, the Bulldog skaters slowly getting over to the bench area. Many heads bowing down over their stomachs. They still got a lot of time here left to clear to hope things don't get chippy here late in this one. But I think the game is just close enough that no unnecessary hits will be taken.
Knowing the rivalry, I would actually say the opposite. The physicality might pick up just a little bit, especially with the last hit from Turin. Both teams never shy away from playing the body against each other. Hopefully we'll not get any more ugly penalties from either side. I will agree with that, but I imagine that the hitting will certainly not stop. Weidman will take this away and shovels it out of the zone. Minute and 5 left to go on the 5-on-4 power play. Finch crosses center ice, lost control. DeCalloway clears. DeMars catches a pass at the blue line, gets hunted down. Good back check from the Bulldogs as it's whipped around the boards. Anderson throws it low, heading towards the front. Feemster, no shot, keeping it in. And a takeaway. Here goes to Callaway, short-handed, looks over his shoulder, in on net, stopped, arm is up, and a slashing call. We were waiting for the X for the penalty shot, but we'll just get a minor penalty instead.
The Callaway uses the poke check to get free right there on the blue line, and he's got a 1-on-0 with Nicholas Bernstein, who does a nice job to keep it out of the net. Unfortunately, DeCallaway took the penalty from behind, so Bulldogs, and we finally get the 4-on-4 hockey that I was waiting for.
You have a crystal ball or something?
Well, I did say the third period we got to a hot start.
You did, and that happened. And then you said 4-on-4, so clearly you have the game script. 7:54 left to go in the third period. 18 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. And then the Bulldogs to the power play. Officials deciding they don't like the left side of the ice. They're going to take the face-off on the right. Maybe it's a little bit cleaner over there. Who knows? Smith walks it on the face-off. Traffic in front. Rebound. Scores! Smith! His second of the night.
The Bulldogs' offensive firepower continues here tonight after the breakaway opportunity there, and Smith just right in front, able to backhand it right through the goal line off of the face-off. Smith came across, and there it was, just outstretched the leg of Bernstein. He lets in his first goal of the night. So will we continue with 4-on-4, or Bulldogs kill off get the power play goal, so they go back to 5-on-4?
Well, Anderson is still in the box. Will remain 4-on-4. Mott at the top of the blue line. Out of the box is Marley. McLaughlin sweeps it around. Mins heads to the ice. Reimer tries to pick it up. Tipped down, and McLaughlin will head after it. McLaughlin finds a pass to Mins, who takes open ice, tries to hit the brakes, takes a tumble. Mott across for McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Reimer, back to McLaughlin. Now to Mott. Mott down low. Snaps it off for Mins. This is dumped over the head of McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Toth will wait behind the net. Moves it towards the side for Gajewski. 40 seconds left. Power play time. Gajewski trying to show off the mitts. Good poke check from Cash Reagan. He's behind the net. Still working with it. Gajewski to the circle. Flip-flops with Reagan. Saucers to Toth. Back low for Gajewski. Rips a shot. Save made. The rebound kicked out. Gajewski to Smith. A nice pass as they craft things up. Smith lets it go. Tried to be tipped in front. Was Reagan and never got enough of it. There's a one-on-one battle. A move from Monroe. Gets around. Looks at the wrap. Takes a shot. Blocker save by Traska. Nice stop with the waffle. Monroe turns on it. Reagan is there. Zaski has to fight off pressure. Gets forced off the puck. Bad turnover. Top of the circle. Bad save by Traska. DM collects it at center ice. Nearing 5 minutes left in the third period. 7-3 game here at the AIA. It's been a lively one tonight, as this is icing. We'll take our face-off to the right.
Yeah, a lot of up and down hockey we've seen this third period. Not a whole lot of whistles, as was the case to start the second period. Really more freely moving up and down. As we have a timeout, or maybe just like a mini timeout. It is a timeout, Adrian College. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third period.
I think this is the smart thing from head coach Gary Astalos to try and slow things down with 5 minutes left. Up 7-3, that's a good score to be leading with in the third period, but a couple of sloppy plays on the over the last couple of minutes might be a good opportunity for them to just draw up some strategy and say, hey, let's finish this thing out clean and get on to tomorrow. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I got a 105 game tomorrow, so a quick turnaround, especially for Liberty. They're staying the night here, obviously. We'll see how they wake up, and I think the energy is really going to come tomorrow after the hit from Turin.
I would agree with you. Expect a very physical game tomorrow. It's always the second day where you can really leave everything on the line, because you give your body some extra days to recover at the end of the weekend. You have Sunday off and back to work on Monday. Rush from Hayden DeMars, his snapshot tipped into the net.
Despite the score 7-3, their shots are pretty much deadlocked even, 29-28. Liberty leads it.
Is escorted towards the boards. A good poke from Reimer. He's had a quiet, good game today. Number 92. Junior who transferred over from the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, NCAA Division III play. Certainly made an impact for this team. Ratzlaff, his shot rolling on the ice, stopped. Traska will cover up again. Ratzlaff, after the whistle, getting familiar with the Dogs.
Yeah, going in there again, just charging the net even though it was covered up.
Play till you hear a whistle is a common phrase that you hear throughout the hockey community, and it definitely holds true. Feemster wins it back for DeBrito. Pomerleau, a shot wide to the glove of Traska. They'll stay on the ice as it's whipped around the zone. Anderson with a wrister that tried to get deflected in front by DeBrito. Back to the point. Pomerleau wide once again. Anderson now. Back to Pomerleau. Shot wide for a third time. Point drive's just not there for the Flames. This is juggled out of the zone. Cross ice feed for Anderson. Tipped up in midair. Bouncing puck. Played awkwardly. Arm is going to go up here. We get another penalty. And some more fighting after the whistle. Marley thrown into a headlock. Everybody coming together. This is still developing. More fighting going on. A helmet ripped off. Sam Feemster without the brain bucket. And everybody on their tippy toes, eagerly waiting to see what's going to happen next.
It was a Liberty Flame that came in late in the play, probably put a cross check on the Bulldogs. I think that's what's going to be the penalty, at least the initial call. And then obviously you have the niceties after, so we'll see how many penalties and who all go to the box. Looks like it's 22. Sam Feemster, the captain for the Flames, for cross-checking.
I have a feeling this next 3 minutes is going to be heavily policed by the officiating staff. Now is not the time for either bench to take any more undisciplined penalties. But the Bulldogs will get another power play. Here's Cy Toth at the blue line. Lets a shot go. Stopped by a chest. The rebound loose. Sitting on top of the paint. Min steps in. He never got a chance to shoot. Zaski across for Toth. Back to Zaski. Lets it go. Might have gotten a piece of the toe was Bernstein. Mins keeps the pressure going. Looking and passes for Schaumburger. Up top, it rotates for Zaski. Across the way for Toth. Kicks off the end boards and out. Toth to Mins. Makes his way down. Bobbles off of his blade. Allen looking for the centering feed. Toth lifting it on net. Sticked away from Bernstein. Hit as he was going to get the posts. His glove down by Toth. Sent it to the hash marks. And it's out of the zone. Pulling up was Carney. Never went after it. 50 seconds left. McLaughlin to Jammer. There's some speed from the big man. Takes a hit. Reimer in the corner. 1-on-2. They pitchfork it out. Stays in and exits the battle. So slap shotted all the way down the ice. Traska will stop it on his forehand. Mott takes a look at the clock before starting to go. Up the right wing again, it's Jammer. Nifty move, can't get through. Off the boards, it stays in. Good defensive play from Mott. Off to the wing for Marley. Feemster's out of the box. We're back to even strength, 5-on-5, and less than 90 seconds remaining in the third period. Bulldogs looking to close things out on a Friday night. McLaughlin and Mott across the ice. They'll flip it over the Flames' heads, rolling all the way down. Nye heads after it. Reagan takes a bump off of the body of Carney. Here comes Finch. A nice move, shut down by Strasky, but he turns it over, and the hash marks. Quick shot there, never reached the net. Nye gets reverse hit as he went to send some body contact of his own. Time winding down. Reagan looking for the one touch to Weidman. Makes the play. Now in front. Weidman all alone. Backhands it out of the air and just needed to keep it down. He'll try and stuff it again. Reagan goes for it, and it stays out. My goodness, what a play that would have been. Weidman trying to find his fourth of the night. I'm pretty sure he's already made the hockey house at this point, and the game's not even over yet. Have yourself a day, number 3.
Blake Weidman all over the game here tonight. Just trying every little move he can. Bulldogs on that last power play, not a whole lot of sense of urgency, but when you're up 4 goals, they could be a little content with not having a lot of offensive pressure.
Strasky around. 10 seconds left. And the Bulldogs start tapping their sticks as this one winds down. The last zone exits. A backhand off the stick of Bernstein. And the Bulldogs win game 1. A 7-3 victory in regulation.
Great win for the Bulldogs here tonight, but you know, only half the job is done. You got to come back here tomorrow morning, really tomorrow early afternoon at 1 o'clock and finish it. You had the Flames on the ropes here tonight, got the early scoring going, but you can't really always rely on that offensive firepower to carry you through game after game. Defensively, they gave up 3 goals, 2 on the power play, but really they were doing a really good job here tonight. Took advantage of the opportunity. Shot totals are even at 31 apiece for both teams, so Bulldogs just took advantage of the opportunities they got, and Flames had a lot of turnovers in the offensive end. They couldn't really get anything going late.
Big victory for Gary Astalos' Bulldogs as they take this one 7-3. And like you mentioned, the weekend is not over, and there is more hockey to go. Tomorrow's puck drop, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on ACTV. As always, I will be on the call for that one. Excited to see what we're going to get in Game 2. It's going to be a fiery one here from the AIA. 2 of the best teams in ACHA Men's 1 duking it out here in Adrian, Michigan. Definitely things for the Bulldogs to clean up for tomorrow, but nothing wrong with a 7-3 victory against your biggest rival.
That's a good one to hang your hat on. Circle this one on the calendar. You know, Liberty comes up, coming into Adrian College. You definitely want to show out for your home crowd. Looking to finish the job here tomorrow as they bang their sticks on the ground. A job well done here tonight for Adrian College.
7-3, our final here from the AIA as we close out night number 1 of this weekend series. Alex Herman, Nathan Lidner signing off for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.